Welcome to Yacht Crew Vlogs, where we tell the stories of those in the yachting industry. A behind-the-scenes look that discovers the individuals in the industry, their history, their passions, and what inspires them to do what they do. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I am your host, and today I am thrilled to introduce Marcela. Of course, most people do know her already. You are very influential in the yachting circles, especially in Europe. And your latest acquisition is this amazing book, the Superyacht Industry textbook. And let me tell you, this is some book. It's a coffee table book, and it weighs as much as a coffee table. But the amount of information and the photographs, you must be so incredibly proud.
I am. It's insane. It's like my second baby, you know, like I feel like I just had a second baby, and it took me almost a year to do it. So I'm exhausted, you know, and looking back, it's just like, I have no idea how I did it. You know, when you look back after you give birth, you know, it's just like, I have no idea how I went through that. You know, I have the same feeling. It's just like, oh my God, you know, it was like a lot of sleepless nights. A lot of struggles. I mean, they say that 90% of the people that start writing a book never finish it. And I completely understand, because believe me, I almost gave up like a million times. And I'm so lucky because I had Alex, my husband, and Salt, my publisher, who were just like pushing me, like not giving up. And they were like, you have to be the first one, you have to be the first textbook in yachting. So we made it happen in like record time. You know, it's like in less than a year, we did the entire book with 95 interviews to the top experts, the top icons in the industry. I mean, everybody who is, you know, a decision maker in this industry is in that book. So, you know, they are very, very busy people. So to get them to sit down and spend 7 hours a day on writing this chapter and editing and correcting it was insane. And plus, with the short time frame, I was just pushing them. I'm sure a lot of them don't really like me by now, but we made it happen.
Well, you know, something that I have to commend you on, though, too, is, you know, it's one thing to write a book. It is another to take that book and even right to the very basics of packaging it to make sure that, you know, especially in an industry such as yachting, which is all about luxury, you have made it even look luxurious. You could have put this together, slapped on some paper on either end, a couple photographs, and sent it out. But what you did is you paid attention to absolutely every single detail to this book, much the same as any yacht owner would when looking at their yacht, right down to the galley, to, you know, the interior furnishings, the feel of the cushions. You've done that with your book as well. How much work was that?
Oh my God. Well, you know, first of all, the book has my name on it, so I didn't want that anything, you know, it had to be like super high standards. We are working with the most expensive asset, you know. It's like, first you buy your second villa, then you buy your cars, then your jets, and then your yacht. So we're working with the most expensive asset someone can own. So I was just like, it has to be the best of the best, you know, by choosing the paper. But also the paper is sustainable. I have to find a printer that is sustainable certified. The paper is recycled paper, so it had to look nice and luxurious and have this silky, but it had to be sustainable paper, recycled and sustainable paper, sustainable ink, you know. So everything was super well thought of, and then it comes in this luxury box with like the gold foil, you know. Like I just, for me, the luxury is like, if I'm talking about the super yacht industry, it has to feel like the super yacht industry. You know what I mean? So I worked with like craftsmen in Milan who worked on the box, and then the design. Like I gave, you know, a lot of troubles to my designers, because it was like, it needs to be perfect, you know, and it has to have this nautical luxury feel, and then we made it happen. But people will never realize the amount of detail and the amount of work and the amount of thought that goes into every single detail, you know.
No, I can imagine. It is definitely very luxurious. Now, who is the typical buyer of this book? What can they expect when they receive this?
So basically, if you want to learn about the super yacht industry, there is nothing, right? Like if you want to become a yacht broker, where do you start? If you want to learn about yacht charter or yacht management, how do you find out, right? So I was a shipyard and I didn't know what yacht managers really do. And of course, I have a network and I would ask, but I wouldn't really understand ISM, ISPS, all of these things. You know, how do you learn all these things? And then, you know, I've always been on yachts and I was like always on sailboats and on boats all my life, but I didn't have all the vocabulary. You know, when you go on board a yacht and they talk about bulwarks and ballast, whatever, I was like, where do I learn about this vocabulary? You know, like I've been on boats, but yachting lingo, it's different. It's different. So anybody that wants to learn about about the industry, I had yacht owners were telling me, wow, you know, navigating through like yachting, everything you need to know about yachts is so complicated, it's so biased, you don't know where to get the right information. So yacht owners really appreciate it a lot. And then everybody working in the industry, you know, because people cruise from the cruise side, they don't really understand what people in the land base do, and vice versa. So I wanted to kind of like explain the holistic approach of the entire industry. Like around one yacht, there is so many professionals around it, you know, and you need to understand this. And yacht managers, for example, I was talking to some yacht charter brokers and they don't know anything about yacht design, you know, and people in the yacht design don't know what goes on at the shipyard, and people at the shipyard don't understand what the yacht brokers really do and then the entire sales process, you know. So I've been lucky enough that I've been in the industry in different jobs and in different, so I've seen the industry from different perspectives. So I was able to kind of like put the puzzles together and then ask the right questions, because every chapter is written by a contributor, but I knew what to ask him, you know. So the chapters were written based on my drafts and then based on my questions, because I know what people sitting in the other side of the table want to know or don't know. Because if you are in yacht charter, you think the whole world understands your business and you start talking in your own language, you know. Brokers have their own language. And then I was like, but what is this? And what happens in this process? And can you, you know, like go into deep? Because, you know, where do you find out about this? You know, there's nothing, you know. So when people ask me, why did you do it, I'm like, because it's never been done before.
Well, you know what? Those out there that would be interested in purchasing this book, they can't.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And why is that?
Because the demand was higher than I expected, and we completely sold out in the first 3 weeks we launched. And I remember when I had to confirm with the printer how many copies you want, and I thought 600 was too many. You know, it's going to take me years to sell 600 copies. Plus, this book, as you know, it's very expensive to make. You know, like the print cost, you know, just to make one book was about 70 euros. You know, so you know, imagine to print 600, it's a big budget. So I was worried if I, you know, and then, you know, boom, you know, 600 copies in 3 weeks. I had some pre-orders, and then as soon as I launched, it just went, you know. And then yeah, brokers and shipyards, they just bought in big bulks for everybody, and I had orders from literally all over the world. So it's I mean, it hasn't even been a month yet. We're still end of January now, and I launched in mid-December, and it's gone. You know, it's insane. So now I'm working on a new version that is going to be available online. So you can buy it on Amazon, Lulu, all of the online book selling platforms. I have my 2-year-old coming soon, and then yes, so I'm gonna work on a new version that is gonna hopefully come up soon, but I cannot say the date yet.
Well, are you going to do another print run of this one if there's demand?
Not another print run, no. I'm gonna put it online, so it's going to be Amazon, because Amazon is genius. So basically how Amazon works, Amazon is not a bookshop. Amazon is a logistics company, because if you're in Australia and you buy my book, they will print it in Australia, so there would not be shipping costs. So so I think that is easier, because I don't have time to deal with all the logistics. The book gets lost or whatever, you know. So Amazon is genius, because they manage to do all of the logistics part, and they have Amazon, of course, offices all over the world. So I'm going to do an Amazon version that is going to go soon. But the cool thing about this book is that it's not only a book, it is also a forum. I don't know if you've seen it. So it is an interactive book, so if you have any questions about classification, surveys, flag, whatever, like, you can go there, and now you have access to my network, so now you can go there and ask and say, hey guys, I have a question about how does this work, or crew, like, okay, which product do you use to clean, or what are your favorite products, like, just start this community where everybody can just, like, communicate, ask, start a debate, and then make this industry better.
Yeah, well, so does that mean that the copy that I have is literally limited edition?
Yeah. You can sell it for a really expensive price soon.
Who says I'm selling it? I'm just saying I've got something special. I'm hanging on to that.
Yeah.
Well, it's such a
Definitely.
shame, because I tell you, if people had realized, what kind of book this was actually going to come, because we did hear, I mean, even last summer, actually, we were hearing rumblings about this book that you were writing, and people were talking about it. But I don't think anybody really had any concept, even in the slightest, of what the end result would be.
Yeah.
And, congratulations are in order, 1,000,000,000%, because you've done a phenomenal job.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think the shock effect was like the best, because everybody that received it, they're like, whoa, I was not expecting this, Marcela, So the fact that I, over delivered, and then I went, and everybody was just like not expecting it to be like this. It's been like, super satisfying. But it's also, I want to also talk about the table of contents, because people might be wondering what's in the book, So do you want to open it and tell us?
Well, yes, I will. Let me show you the cover here, guys. Absolutely amazing. I've got to say, it is. See, this is where I have to put my glasses on then, hey? Do you want me to go through them all?
Yeah, just quickly. Just the first ones.
Well, we have the yacht basics, the super yacht market, yacht owners, exterior design, naval architecture, engineering, yacht building basics and new build sales, yacht building, propulsion systems and power generation, interior design, classification, yacht ownership, family offices, maritime law, flag, insurance, yacht sales, yacht charter, yacht management, yacht refit, yacht crew, yacht agents, marinas, yacht aviation, and the future of yachting. There is
There you go.
nothing that is left out at all.
Yeah.
You have a very comprehensive list here. You have this. You're going to be making a different sort of version for Amazon to be done, but you also have another book in the pipeline as well, don't you?
I have actually many books on the pipeline as well. I will be doing a small booklet. So, for example, if you're interested only in yacht building, then you can just buy the booklet on yacht building. I'm also going to do, I just finished writing. This is a secret, Ria. This is like for your viewers only. I just finished writing the first children's book, my first sailing book. So it's a book for children. Where they can learn to sail and the basics about sailing, and then another one which is a story about two kids going sailing. So I wanted to kind of like, I have a daughter, and all of the books that we're reading, it's also like, there's nothing like this, and I wanted them to learn about the water and using the sails, and also cleaning the ocean. So I have a part where the kids go and pick up the plastic from the sea. So yeah, but this is secret.
Well, it's not so secret anymore. And actually, you know what? We all know that when it comes, sailing has seen a bit of a decline in the past 15 years. And I had a conversation with somebody just the other day in regards to sailing is built, the yachting industry as a whole is built on a pyramid, and it starts with a very basic foundation. And I think what you're doing, teaching children about sailing, teaching children the benefits of sailing and about the benefits of looking after their environment in the ocean, what you're doing is you're creating a very solid foundation for these kids going into the future and for the next generation of sailors and the next generation of boaters, even if they don't actually decide to become a yacht owner, if they decide to become, you know, the regular person that has a sailboat or has, you know, some type of boat, they're going to have a different appreciation, and they're going to grow from young through this type of thing to have a greater appreciation. So, you know, what you're doing is right on track, and I salute you.
Yeah, thank you. So I really focus in education for yachting. So, you know, from young age to, you know, I'm collaborating with universities that do, you know, naval architecture courses and stuff like this, with maritime academies as well, you know. So I'm all about education for yachting, but as you know from my social media, I'm also all about lifestyle. So, like, you know, it's like I like to educate the industry and the world, and two, I like to promote the yachting lifestyle. So anybody that, you know, can afford to be on a yacht, that can afford to charter, I invite them and I show what the yachting lifestyle is all about. So I'm always like, you know, I'm the spokesperson of the yachting industry, because the more clients we have, the more people we get to the industry, we all benefit from it. As you know, there's a huge industry. There's many families that live out of these yachts. So we need to promote this lifestyle more in a good light. So I'm kind of like B2B and B2C. So B2B is all about education, and B2C, it's all about, you know, clients and lifestyle. And by the way, I'm starting also the Superyacht Academy at the Yacht Club here in Monaco. And the Superyacht Academy is a 6-week program that people can enroll, and then they can come and get a certificate, and then you can learn, you know, all there is about yachting.
Well, you know, you seem like you need a few more things to do.
Please not.
I mean, I just can't imagine that you must have all this time on your hands, you know, being a mom and you know, these 20 million projects. Do you know what, Marcela? I thank you ever so much for your time, and I wish you all of the success in the world. And I do understand that you're going to be coming on board Yachting International Radio at some stage in the near future.
Yes, I can't wait to get started as soon as my book is up online again. And I'm finished with these projects. I can't wait to start our videos, which we're going to be doing weekly videos of posting educational content for you guys. So stay tuned.
Wonderful. Once again, Marcela, she is the super author of the Super Yacht Industry textbook. And unfortunately, it was a one-off, but you can come and look at mine because I have one, or you can be ordering it off Amazon. And of course, we'll include all the links in the future, and we will let you know when it will be available on Amazon and all of the other projects that she does. So thank you so much. And thank you to the listeners for tuning in. Once again, you've been watching another edition of Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I have been your host. Please tune in again for the next one.